one for this morning under the energy sector will be Sunoco. Sunoco's just been on all cylinders since November when it was at 25. Now we're at 35. That's a huge gain. It's been riding basically the 50. You see a couple touches and then going up. Let's look at a little bit closer. Yeah. Look for the pullback down to 34.09 and then we're going to 40. With the price of oil, look at this squeeze. This squeeze, when was this? This was March 24th. It fired off April 1st and it's gone straight up. But the reason I would say be careful is just because it got extended a little bit, then come back down to 34. I mean, it's really only $1, so it's not very much. And then head up to the 40.50. We have earnings coming on the 6th. And then cash dividend. That's always nice. I enjoy that. Dividend. Sunoco pays a lovely dividend. If you can see 82 cents per share on that 35 cents or $35, which is a great price. I would scan this for next week. Want to see what happens with the earnings. I would imagine that their earnings are just outstanding. However, they are in retail gas as well, which maybe the driving around America and the coronavirus with driving has hurt their numbers a little bit. I don't really think it would have, but it might have. So I would just be a little cautious of a pullback, a nice healthy pullback. I don't see it coming all the way to 32. No, not at all. I see it kind of letting time. I see it holding at 34 and letting time bring the 50 kind of higher. Kind of something like as we've seen like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of like 5 days. So that was one. So let's say 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 down to right around here and then back up. It's not something I want to jump on right this second. We'll look next week and we'll relook again. Maybe next week will give us a better entry point. KMI. I mean, as you can see, this is excuse me, all that pollen and everything, spring season. I mean, this is Corona all the way, as June all the way down to the crash, and then this is last year, excuse me, I'm sorry, Corona's back a little bit further. Yeah, Corona's not even on here anymore. So that's nice. Let's say, okay, the 1 year high is basically 18. We're creeping up on it. We were at that. If you pay attention, look on the left side. This right here. We hit there and then got rejected, but we kind of got rejected in a strategic spot, right? Because we're at the 9. Then we'll see how it holds the 9. The 20 is just a little bit, and it's been holding the 20. I don't see it coming all the way down to the 50, just because we just fired off on a squeeze, so momentum still to the long side. Oil, that's what we didn't do. Sorry about that. We usually go over oil. All right, there we go. I know I can do it. All right. So what's going on? Everything, there we go. Slowing down. So we look at it a little bit further. This is more or less what I'm talking about. This is the big line in the sand. Well, really the 66.77. We went up to 67.98, which I'm pretty sure this was in the overnight market where no one could really get in, which is kind of nice because it's kind of telling us that it's going to go back up there to this level. It's kind of obvious what's happening. It has literally let the 50 and the 100 come all the way up. So after the nice little drop, this was in March, Look where the 100 was. We're at 51. Now we're what is 56. And literally all we've done is go sideways. It doesn't really look like we've been going sideways because it's had some massive like rips intraday, like for the day. But if you look at it from what is this, March till right now, May, so basically 2 months, it's gone. It's just been range bound. Now I do enjoy this. It bounced right off of the 9 with a lot of momentum to push it higher. I am very, very excited about this. I wanted to break above the 66.77 and hold it. And let's head up to the 73. With that being said, let's go back to KMI. Let's draw some, let's do this because we are in extensions. We're not in retracements. Yeah, we're pretty much, yeah, I would say I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn perfect. Playing the lines and my extensions. So yeah, we got rejected at the 78, came back down. Looks like we're holding some support. I do not see it coming all the way down to the 1657 as we had a lot of space, a lot of time there. Look, and it's basically finding support right at the high right here, which would make sense of the old breakout. So of all of them, this one, I like this right now. So we will make a mental note, KMI, and we'll come back to it. I like it just because it's holding this. It's kind of high and tight. I see it's breaking to that 18. British Petroleum. If they did, okay, look at this. Earnings estimate 42 cents, actual $1.30. There is, I mean, I'd have to do more research on what's going on because they blew their numbers out, which all these oil companies should, obviously, because the price of oil is much higher. However, like this is a massive blowout for them. The guidance must be wrong or something. However, it is close to a new high. Or let's look at this a little bit. Let's do 3 years. Okay, look, 3 years is a little bit better to look at because these are the weeks. So March 1st, we basically topped out. When you look at the weeks, it looks a little bit more high, like a little bit more structured, right? We're having a hard time breaking out above this 25, but if we can break above the 25, look where the potential of where we're at. 3 years ago, this was a $47 stock. Again, remember at the price of oil, that 66.70 or whatever is really important with all these oil stocks. If it can stay above that number, then I see this going up to 38 in no time because this is pre-corona. This is corona basically right here. So BP has not been able to get its feet together at all. Just be a little bit weary on this just because it's British Petroleum. It's in a nice squeeze. I want to check this out next week. I am very interested in it because I do see it breaking above this 27. And we just had a nice day. Oh no, I like that. That's just because where's the earnings? The earnings were here. All right. Yeah, no, I like this. That changed everything. I thought the earnings were like over here. When we were looking at bigger, it didn't look this like the earnings were on this day. Excuse me. Yeah, watch this just on Monday because if or basically tonight because it's Sunday at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why I say that. If oil starts going higher, right, then this would be one that I'd want to look at just because of how much it blew earnings. And then let's look where let's run an extension. Yeah, look, of course it's going to have a whole bunch of trouble. It's that 50% line right there. But if it can break above that 50% and hold a 25.79, then we're looking to the 27 to the 28, right? The breakout of right here, which you can see it basically lined up perfect. So I'm more anxious for it to basically go 80 cents from here and break above the 25.79. If it can hold that 29.79, then that's when I'd much rather get in. MMP. This is, it's not going down. I don't know if this is great to play like options or anything off of. This is more like my cash cow, right? That's the reason I'm in this, is just because of cash. But you can see 50% retracement. It literally blew up to it and then got destroyed. However, be careful. Just pay attention. It blew up there and then oil kind of took a dumper. But that makes a lot of sense. It could have blew out a lot of people. So out of all of them, so far I like this one. Actual they beat, which is, I mean, that's great. They're paying dividend, which is great. Let's, how much did this move? So yeah, 4% in a day, basically just, and it was a breakout too. Come all the way down to the breakout and then yeah, I like that one. So if you understood what I said, you see the base of the breakout of this range right here. So broke out, took all the stops, right? All the shorts out. Look above, and then, I mean, there's probably a lot right there, and failed, but then came all the way basically down to breakout. So of all of them, I enjoy this one. This one in KMI. I like it better than BP. If BP can go a little bit better than, or, get to the point, no, this I don't like. This doesn't even look pretty. We are below the 100. This is the only one that is below the 100. That is, and wow, it woofed. When this is wrong, I mean, that's pretty terrible. If you missed on earnings and oil has gone from basically zero to, or remember last year at this time it was negative $40 per barrel of oil, and now it's almost 70, and you guys have a negative earnings. That's not good. We'll stay away from Royal Dutch Shell for a little bit. VLO. The earnings were last week. They weren't as bad as they presumed. Got rejected. I enjoy this. Hold on, let's do it. This one we're gonna do a retracement because we have such a prominent high right here and a prominent low. Okay, I enjoy this. See, I don't know if that made sense to you. The reason we didn't do an extension is because of how prominent this is. If it can hold this 73.10, then yeah, I mean, I have to enjoy it to go higher. We were in the squeeze. We broke out long on the squeeze with momentum going higher. Oil is really the reason why this broke $2, or no, 75, 73. Yeah, basically almost $2 on Friday, right? It only says 90 cents this month. This must have mean that it gapped open or something. Yeah, this one is another one I'm enjoying, so keep that on the back. So right now we got KMI, or yeah, we'll go back over them in just a second. This is another one total. I am not impressed with you. You are, I mean, I might go short with this, but we're looking pretty close to this rolling over. How did they do? They blew out earnings, which is surprising. Let's wait till next week to kind of see how that goes. ENI, yeah, I know you broke down bad, horribly. However, you have no. It's not. It's 10 points. But again, break down all the way. It was holding this line pretty well, and then break down with the squeeze, looking like the momentum is about to turn down. What happened? They just have the estimate, so they must have. I'm not sure. This is something to watch, because it was just at its high, and then it fell out of bed. I would pay very close attention to this because it look what it did since it hit 100. It hit its 100 at 19 and then went skyrocketed. Hasn't even thought about hitting the 50 since what, February 12th, and then overnight in one move it's broken down, but it's kind of structured too because it broke down basically to the 26 retracement, almost to the breakout of this right here. So that's one. Let's keep an eye on it. We'll worry about it next week. Exxon. Remember, this is right around where oil was at its high at 67. So we probably got about 5 points because oil is gonna go higher. We're in a squeeze going higher. I like this. I do. Just because look at the momentum. The momentum is headed much stronger. Let's look at this. They beat on earnings. Let's look at CVX. Their last earnings negative. This earnings. Oh no, I like Exxon more than Shell or Chevron right now. Yeah, I like Exxon. I do. I do. Let's look at this. Let me get a pen so we can get what we're gonna get for our options. All right. So which ones I like? This one, Exxon Mobil. Exxon's probably one of my favorite right now, just because of the momentum aspect of everything. So let's bring this on. Exxon. We'll go 19 days out. Look at that, 19 days out. This is really cheap. Let's look at our numbers. All right, open interest, huge, 23,000 at 60. Oh, there's the numbers throughout this and all over the place. So we know there's huge energy at the 60. But then there's a lot of energy at the 70. There's a lot of open interest. As crazy as this sounds, it could have potential to go all the way to 70. Now I understand that sounds absolutely ridiculous because it's only at 57. But there's a lot of open interest on both sides at the 70. So for $1.20, give us 19 days for this to do something. I am in love. So that's the XOM May 5750. All right, let's go on to the next one. The next one, which one was it? MMP. MMP 19 days from here. Yeah, 4750. We're at 46.70, 40 cents. Let's go a little bit further. Yeah, all the Junes, which give us a little bit more time. The only reason I'm saying we go out to the Junes is this is 85 cents. This is 40 cents. So for an extra 40 cents, we get a whole nother month. And this looks like a calendar call all the way. Look. Sell these to buy these. So then you're really buying these for 40 cents, right? So I'm glad we did open that up because it would make a lot of sense for them to bring it all the way up to 47.50, right? In the next 19 days, but then not let it go any further until the next option expiration. So then they clear all this out and then they're basically free and clear for the next month. So yeah, we'll go June. I don't know if that made any sense, but hopefully you're following around. It made sense. 47.50. All right, let's go. Well, I think it was Sunoco. Well, KMI was another one I enjoyed. Sunoco, yeah, we're waiting for Sunoco to come back a little bit. KMI. This is really cheap, man. Really, really, really cheap. We can go all the way to September and pay. Look at this. So for $60, no, we might as well buy in the money. It's cheap enough. It's only $1. So for 138 days, we can buy KMI at $1. Now, the reason why I like this is we're looking really, our next little stop would be 1832 plus 1950. If this is, because look at this. It's kind of rising higher, right? So what's 135 days? Oh, this is going slow now. Here we go. So 135 days. Look at this. This is only 84 days, right? And it's moved $3.68. So in $3.68, we are buying $1. So that's $2.68 of profit. Let's go a little bit further. So when was this? So obviously this is a little bit further. 100 days, and that move. So okay, this is give or take 122 days, $4.75. If we get anywhere close at $4.75, that means that we're getting $3 worth of money. So $300 for $100. If that, hopefully that made sense. We'll risk 100 with the potential to this could go all the way up to 19, 18, even up to the 21. The 21 in basically 6 months. Makes sense. So we'll go KMI, September 17th. All right. See you in the next one.